So, I know what you're thinking. Why do you want to slog through the lost levels and play through Mario 1 yet again? I don't know. I just felt like it. Anyways, I think we're alive, but I need to actually check to see if we are. For some reason, every, for some reason, whenever I click on a video on YouTube, it always says there's no description and comments are disabled. But a simple refresh does it. I already answered your question, Maximum Hugh. Anyways. It can't be so retro if this is actual pixel art. Because so retro is the kind of shit you'd see in like Sonic Prime. Or that one 8-bit Mario gif. Insert that one Yu-Gi-Oh meme and the the good side is the so retro gif. Anyways. Yeah, I'm doing the warp zone. I'm doing the warp zone routes because, yeah, that's my preferred way of playing Super Mario Bros. 1. Yeah, as for the, I'm glad that this, I'm glad that the scam bot went extinct. But what's more, but I'm very I'm glad that's over. But it always leads to a funny story to tell my folks. Yes, I am indeed playing All Stars because A, it's the version that I have, and B, the Famicom Disk System version of All Stars is shit. At least here I don't have to play the same garbage 8 times. Once is already enough. I like how whenever Mario climbs on the vine, he always gets higher than the actual the collision is higher than the actual sprite. So now we have some Buzzy Beetles. As for Super Mario Bros. 1 proper, I've already streamed that game alongside World Class Trackmate and Duck Hunt. Yeah, I think that's in the exact same ballpark, Maximum Cube, of the so retro style that Mega Man Fully Charged and Sonic Prime always do. At least with Mario 3, they actually used footage from the actual game. So while we can ridicule Deke for making shit like Captain N, we can at least praise them for using the actual game graphics. Ah. Hmm. I mean, in my community, that is a hot take, but I'm not gonna exile you from the chat. Eh. But yeah, I I personally do not like Lost Levels and find it my least favorite Mario game, but I'm glad that you're able to find enjoyment out of it. In fact, I like watching Lost Level speedruns myself. Mario does all of this for Peach just to be good friends.
Oh, so this is the retcon you cry about.
I guess so, Larry. Okay, here's a pretty fun level. Eh. I think World A is my favorite world in SMB1. Ah, it was that one. Yeah, it is really challenging in a fun way. Plus, the castle maze the castle maze level is an actually fun one, unlike the ones in. We'll get to that. I'm so used to the backgrounds in SMB1 proper, rather than the updated ones in this in All Stars. In fact, this brick block was supposed to bleed into the background. Ah. Yeah, I remember it's the one after the patch of lava. Okay. Ah. Hey, you're not the Bowser's brother, Bruce. Oh! Well. Here we go. Now try a more difficult quest. Okay. Yeah, Mario's 25 or something, I don't know. Okay. Now for the moment you guys have probably been waiting for. Yes, I'm going to do the 128 lives trick. I will not play Lost Levels unless I do this. Eh. I need to actually focus on this. Never mind. And then there's the cartoons where Mario has to be good friends with Princess Sosa because she's only 17. The things if being 16 in the Deek Mario universe means acting like a toddler, and being 17 in the Mario universe means acting like a full adult, man, man. I say 128 lives because that's the max amount of lives you can get in this game. In the original, if you went any higher then you get a glitched lives count, and losing another life would and losing one life after that would result in a game over. That was thankfully fixed in this game. Yeah. This is the optimized way of playing Lost Levels, unless you're a speedrunner. Okay, now it's time to go. There we go. always remember for the castles, the least practical route is always the correct one. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Why on earth are you making chocolate pudding, Duckweed? I actually got it. Also, if you're wondering, I don't think I'm gonna be doing worlds A through D. I'm just gonna make it to World 9 and call it a day. Mario Maker Little Timmy levels. That's the correct answer. Okay, there was one animation I kept thinking of whenever I hear the Mario 1 castle theme. I actually it wasn't even in. I don't think it was in the animation itself. It was just in the trailer. It was a trailer for a video titled Bowser in Love. That's not Bruce. Also, fun fact: Bowser in that video is voiced by Meat Canyon. Thanks to my game design class, I've I've had quite a history with him, mostly because one classmate's uh video game quote unquote video game was an obstacle course with one of the with one of the textures being a still from his Ed, Ed and Eddie parody. It was so stupid. And then there's the very quotable Mario just used the hard R. Am I gonna do Mario 2? No. This is strictly Mario 1 and Lost Levels in All Stars. Also, shout outs to the Lost Levels community for this the fact that they have collectively called Bowser's brother Bruce. I mean that's a pretty good name for him. I mean that's probably the name I would give him. But I'd still give him the voice of Molt from Bug's Life. Yeah, Bowser has a brother in this game. He's the. I mean, nowadays Nintendo treats him as a generic Bowser imposter, but some early, but some instruction manuals at the time labeled him as his brother. Oh, great! One of these levels. My favorite. Can you tell why I don't like lost levels? Ah. Oh. One level is literally just a Hanna-Barbera background. You mentioned Bowser's wife. We still miss you, Voltiata Arcade, the author of Janet Koopa. That level wasn't so bad. That wasn't so hard, was it? Someday I want to get a. Someday I want to get a. What was it called? An EverDrive for the N64, mainly because I want to stream some ROM hacks at some point. Namely the Super Mario Brothers Super Show 64. But they are expensive as hell. Wow. You couldn't even last.
Yep, but our princess is in another castle.
Yeah, I got that, Toad. All two of you. For some reason, a lot of people hate Toad because he's the one who says our princess is in another castle. Come on. Got the Spring of Death. Oh no, I'm an not falling for that trick. Yeah, this is the trick where if you go up, if you go over the flag, you get sent to a warp zone that warps you back to World 1. I think. Ah! Jump scared by a freaking bloober. Ah! For a second, I thought you could run underwater, but nope. I was thankfully proven false. Ah! 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 These bloopers are actually kind of scaring me, which is something I thought they would never do. Ah! Come on. Ah! Come on. Uh-oh. The warp pipe sound isn't functioning. That usually means that the audio channels aren't correct. Have I played Mario Bros 83 on stream before? I believe once during an NES Classic Marathon. Great. Sometimes I hate sometimes I hate the cables. Wait a minute. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those leap of faith levels. Ah! Huh. Glad to hear that you love the Mario Brothers arcade game. I actually quite like it myself. In fact, there's an arcade near me that has it, along with Donkey Kong Jr. I think Versus Super Mario Brothers as well, and of course one of my favorites, Versus Duck Hunt. I also got the high score on their Junior Pac-Man machine. Of course. Eh. Yeah, it's always the intimidating route that's the correct one. Yeah. Yeah, the Mario Brothers arcade game that they have there is an actual machine and not just crappy a crappy 60-in-1 disguises the Mario Brothers cabinet. Like I've seen so many times for a freaking Pac-Man. Eh. Some of the levels in versus Super Mario Bros. Some of the will later be featured in Lost Levels, and I don't know how to feel about that. Ah. Ah. God damn it. I'm not going to say anything about that. Okay, I can't do a thing about that. Come on, Lucky 2, over here. There. I think my favorite versus system Nintendo game is Duck Hunt. Because I feel Duck Hunt is the game that works perfectly in an arcade setting with how it's designed. Huh. God damn it. Get out of my way. And that meant, and I was also talking to you. There. Yeah, so far so good. I'm halfway through the game. Sans World 9. Okay, that was actually kind of funny. I'm fearing this background specifically because I associate this background with Leaps of Faith! This is that level. This is on a CRT, so there's no way of indicating. I don't know what people see in this. All I see is pain. But I'm committed to this. even when I'm closest to the paratroop, my CRT crops it out. At least with Mario Maker, the widescreen can actually help with jumps. Yeah, I did the infinite lives trick in this game. Well, at least the 128 lives. Best part is that's only in the first level. In fact, the Nintendo Power actually mentions this in their guide for the game. Yeah, that Bowser animation teaser trailer, it had Bowser running around like a Tom and Jerry character. At least that's all I can remember from it. And it was in sync to this one remix of the castle theme. So whenever though I missed. Anyways, whenever I think of the castle theme, I think of that one animation. Hello, Nintendo TV. Believe it or not, I actually considered streaming Pac-Man World 3. Maybe I will consider it at a later date. No, I have not played it, but I'm aware of the title for its underground theme. I'm halfway through the game and I'm already starting to regret it. One, two, the other one. Yes, I'm aware that Viva Pinata had a DS game. Worth it. No, that's not Bruce either. Yeah, I believe this was after Diddy Kong Racing DS.
Now there's 4 of us.
And 4 more to go. I mean, Conqueror was definitely not going to get a DS game, but I feel like Banjo would have been perfect for it.
I see double here. 4 toads. Wait, I'm seeing double here. 4 toadies.
Eh. Oh, finally. Okay, that would have been the saving grace of Lost Levels. The fact that these bonus stages always have an item on the top. But I'm too stupid. Oh! As if Leaps of Faith weren't bad enough, now we have the wind. Game design. That's it, just game design. Oh, this is that level. The level that I think I can't do anything about. Or not. Even with my distaste of someone who is introduced in Sunshine, the worst that it has is nothing compared to the worst. Is nothing compared to even the best of this game. Also, Sunshine is my favorite 3D Mario. Sticker Star is proof that the people saying that the Wii U era was a utopia clearly aren't thinking correctly. don't think Mario Brothers 83 is underrated per se, but I do think that it does sometimes get lost in the shuffle when compared to Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. And 3D World's pretty good too. Huh. That world wasn't so bad. Stands out one level. And my own incompetence. Just avoid those Podoboos. Ah! I know they're called lava bubbles now, but I like the name Podoboos more. It's an actual name. Ah. Yeah. Huh? I know better than the Wii U, revisionist because I'm not thinking correctly. If they can finally bring back our beloved Koopas wearing glasses, Nintendo TV, then anything is possible. Also, Nintendo TV, I recently drew Iggy, or Icky Iggy, as the early years kids call him. Yeah, for some reason, the Mario's early years games, Iggy Koopa is called Icky Iggy. That sounds like a Chip Skylark song. Okay. The princess is in another castle. Now we move on to 6-1. 61. I prefer the rainbow-haired design, but that's mostly because I prefer the older Mario style in general. In fact, I recently perfected my Yoshi in that style. Damn it. Yeah, my some other Iggy drawings I did were of him in a straitjacket because the description in World called him the demented Iggy Koopa. And then another one was him with his beloved King Dad mask from Hotel Mario. And oh yeah, the last drawing I did was him wearing Roy's sunglasses, wondering how the hell his brother is able to see in them. Then again, it's because he's not wearing his normal glasses, and it's possible for him to see in them. But yeah, I have nothing against the current Iggy design. I just prefer the rainbow-haired one. But that's because of my love for the older Mario's art style. Heck, it's why Roy is why Roy wears a pink shell in my drawings. And why Yoshi has the thicker eyelids. Funny you mentioned that, Nintendo TV, because whenever I draw Roy, his sunglasses reflect what the lens of his sunglasses reflect his eyes. So so when he gets mad, his shades show a mad expression. And and when and whenever he's defeated by Mario, his sunglasses lens show some X's. And believe it or not, one of the games actually does this. Yoshi Safari. Look at this. This is a quality video game. Finally, the better 660 number. Only for it to go away. Ah! Come on. Bloober, up here. You can tell I'm old Mario pilled by calling the squid enemies bloobers. Some idiot got mad at me for calling the Boo Diddleys as such. Actually, my Donkey Kong design is pretty much it's pretty much a cross between the rare and Miyamoto's design. So technically you'd be half correct there, Nintendo TV. Ah. Also, Nintendo TV, I saw a comment of yours recently, and I agreed with it. The DVDs that suck are the ones that have the main character of an animated movie with a generic background. All of them suck, regardless of the movie itself. But the major dishonorable mention is Garfield the movie. Both because of it being both because of the aforementioned DVD quote unquote design that I mentioned, but also the fact that the Garfield render on it is hideous. I'm glad that the Garfield DVD I own is not only the really old one, but it has an old Walmart sticker. It's the live action Garfield, so what'd you expect? I mean, true. But I expected them to use the renders of the Garfield model from back when the movie was new or something. I don't know. Though I missed. For once, I'm actually having fun torturing myself. I think those hideous DVDs are the reason why I got the Jetsons movie on VHS instead. Ah. Oh, that was pure guesswork. Ah. Once again, not the blues.
Come on, man, let's march.
Another shitty wind level. Oh, I think the next level is the Hanna-Barbera level. Wow. Such quality game design. Oh, you should have seen it, Starfigate. Mario clipped through some coral during one of the underwater levels. It was amazing. Eh. Another Do I missed. Eh. Oh, good. Ah. Okay, I'm sure one. Ah, there's the prize block. Ah, no. Nah. Speaking of Do I missed, Starfigate Glitch Ages and I played Mario Party 3, and yeah, despite all the despite the catchphrase, Wario ended up winning. He has a W on his forehead for a reason. Eh. Eh. Yep, 10 out of 10 game design here, folks. What a great and fun design choice that improves this video game, as Naturad once said. uh huh. Oh. Okay, come on, Bullet Bill. Or not. I think D3 is the only good Hammer Brother level. Well, here it is. The Super Jetsons. Or the Super Flintstones. Wait, I already have Flintstones on Super NES. I really want to stream that game again, but I know people are going to. I know some longtime viewers are going to say,
You already streamed that game.
okay.
Now that I'm a super, the fire flower won't get away from me.
No need Nintendo TV because I already streamed the Rescue of Dino and Happy. That was actually a really good game. Fan of Yoshi. Always a pleasure to see you. Ah, What did you miss? The first half of Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels and the entirety of SMP1. I mean, you didn't really miss that one because I did a typical Warp Zone run, which is my preferred way of playing SMP1. Okay, this is the... Right now, you're watching me slog through the Hanna-Barbera level. The Super Pac-Man, if you will. Speaking of, I've been reading some of those terrible Kid Stuff Records books from Pac-Man. And yeah, they are exactly as I said, terrible. Yeah, I think you mentioned that in the Sunshine stream, fan of Yoshi. Which is funny because when you did mention that, that was when we were doing a Yoshi level. I'm an idiot again. All I know about that one dinosaur movie that Disney made is that my mother saw it when it was in theaters, and I think she remembered the characters looking hideous. And judging from what little I've seen, thanks to that Toy Story 2 VHS, yeah, they are pretty hideous. Hey, what's going on? Oh my god, you're hideous! That's a really niche reference. Not one of those niche abbreviation meme slangs, but it's a reference that only I get. I remember one year I watched The Mask, and then months later I watched Son of the Mask, and I hated it. Okay, I hated Son of the Mask. I actually liked the original Mask. And my reason for watching Son of the Mask was because the day prior I got Mario Kart Super Circuit from that gaming convention that I usually go to. Still no updates on this year. I am excited for your upcoming video, Fan of Yoshi. You want to know what else I'm excited for? Tomorrow I'm getting a VR headset for my Switch 2. And that means I get to play the Virtual Boy games without getting a plastic paperweight or some cheap cardboard for $30. And it was only half the price of the Virtual Boy replica, like $40. I remember this one because I think they reused this castle later. Yeah, such wonderful design. Yeah, Virtual Boy. At least on NSO.
I somehow avoided that? I'm in shock. I actually avoided that death trap. Granted, not Bruce's flames hit me, but still. I thought that was impossible. Whoa, mamma mia. I'm getting better at Lost Levels the more I play this. Ah, no. Actually, I should just shut up now. I was doing a Q&A yesterday, and nearly everyone talked to me about Domino's Pizza, despite the fact that I hate Domino's Pizza outside of their admittedly funny Noid mascot. Okay, my thoughts on the Nintendo Classics for March 10th. The only dud I can think of is probably Mario's Tennis, but even that one was just kind of inoffensive. Because Mario versus Donkey Kong is pretty fun, and I actually really liked Mario Clash. I find it to be a worthy successor to games like Donkey Kong and Mario Brothers Arcade, just like Hotel Mario. Please shut up about that number after 66. Anyways, Mario Clash, yeah, much like Hotel Mario, it's a fun game that is ultimately trapped on a bad console. At least until now, for Mario Clash's case. At least it'll all be over. Yeah, I'm surprised Sunshine isn't on NSO yet, considering Nintendo wants to bury Mario 3D All Stars. And besides, this is the better Mario All Stars. It has Mario World. I think the Smash Bros. Melee voice clip was just an unused recording from Mario 64. Considering Mario Kart 8 used some unused recordings from Mario Kart 64's recording session. I don't know. I don't know if it had e-reader levels. Then again, I'm not that knowledgeable about Mario versus Donkey Kong. I played it once for an April Fool's stream, or at least a singing dog did. But I ultimately kicked him out. You jumped over that. I think Brawl just used just had an entirely different recording session for Martinet altogether. Though for his run as Mario, I think it was one of his it was probably his weakest performance. So, did I mention that I played that I recently played Mario's Missing and Mario's Time Machine? Those games just kind of exist. Super NES, if you're wondering, Starfy Kid. Because with Mario's Missing in particular, the Super NES version has the Koopalings. Yeah, the only Mario character who the only Mario character who sounds who the only Mario character in the Smash Bros. Games who since Brawl that sounds decent is Princess Peach, because I don't count Yoshi or the Koopalings or Rosalina or Luma or what have you, because they all just reuse voice clips from their own games. But yeah, the rest of the cast doesn't sound bad. They just don't sound as good as they used to. Okay. Yeah, I played them when I was little. I felt. Oh. You played those educational Mario games, Casey and Mouse. Honestly, Mario Teaches Typing was one of the better ones. Granted, I am sad that I never got to. I'm not able to find a way to play Mario Teaches Typing 2, because that's the one with the Mario in real time head. If you're wondering what the best Mario educational game is, it's Mario Paint. And that's not me. And that's not me doing an obnoxious bait and switch fake out. It was actually considered. It was actually made to be an educational Mario game, and it was actually a really fun one too. Who would have thought? Also, Casey Mouse, I mentioned in Nintendo TV that I recently drew Iggy, and I recently drew Wendy as well. One of her sketches was her watching the Mario 3 cartoon in disgust. Another one is her getting mad at Morton because in the social drawing continuity or whatever, she tends to get mad at Morton more than she gets mad at Roy. So basically, in the RPGs, Morton and Roy swap roles, and also Morton is still a loudmouth like his namesake, instead of sounding like a damn caveman. Morton more like Leston. Am I right? Nope, I'm not gonna be using these. Okay. So I mentioned earlier I mentioned a character by the name of Janet Koopa, and Fan Yoshi actually made pixel art of that character.
Ever thought of doing a streams where you only play the Mario educational games?
Isn't that every Mario Paint stream? /J. Okay. I may consider streaming Mario's like if I ever get the games proper, I might do like an April Fool's stream where I do the Mario educational games, like the really well-known ones like Mario's Missing. Sadly, I did not play the PC versions, so I'm not eligible to be making jokes about burning a Luigi board. What is a Wega board? How do you make a Maltese board lost media? Yeah, the curse of the Weggy board is a video that lives in my head rent free. Probably because I watched it when it was relatively new. But it's still a classic. In fact, it's turning. In fact, this October, that video is turning 10 years old. Yes, sorry, I'm just looking at the chat right now. Which I know I shouldn't do while playing a Mario game, but still. Okay, maybe I actually might need to look at the power. Out of the way, Pucci. I don't want you getting hurt. Ah, here it is. I got the power. Nintendo power, that is. Anyways. I'm just looking for reference on where the hidden price blocks are. Just they have an entire write-up on lost levels here. This was my only way to stomach lost levels when I first beat it. Okay, maybe it doesn't have the hidden price blocks, but oh well. I'll still have it out for for future reference. I'm trying to get the lights off. What if Lucky 2's smile was the cloud? I always like that. I always like that trait when it comes to character design, which is why I have, which is why the hat on Sochi has the same expression as he does. So, I once found a copy of Pac-Man for the Famicom Disk System. The catch? On the other side was Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. So, every good thing has a dark side. Even Pringles, which you guys already knew that. Yes, this is some Mario Maker level shit. I'm pretty sure most of the levels from Lost Levels were the main inspiration for all those Mario Maker levels. Now Lucky 2's down. Now I just gotta worry about the Hammer Brothers. Yeah, at the very least, have like a billboard cameo Nintendo TV. In regards to Pac-Man in the Mario baseball games. Ugh. Yeah. Yes, Darby Kid. Even though this looks like heaven, I'm really in hell. And let me guess, Lucky 2 is going to respawn. Right on cue. Well, Lucky 2's dead now. Yep, the game that introduced the Uncle of the Koopalings. I'm not doing very good. Well, that's what fatigue does to you. I believe that was Star Fox Assault, Starfy Kid. I would know because that's the one with the special flag. Oh! KCA Mouse, you made me have a sad realization. A sad realization. I could have been streaming Tetris Attack. Ah, well, there's always next time. Come on, Lucky 2, over here. That didn't. Lap. Ah! Ah. Yeah, Vanilla. I'm playing the game that Bowser made fun of. Bowser made fun of me for this after I lost my save data of a completed save file for this game. I hate that damn block. There. I'm surprised that Mario 3 is the. I'm surprised Mario 3 is the demonic one when this game literally came from the depths of hell. This game is gonna be the death of me. But yeah. Okay, come on. You want to know a secret, Soshi the Yoshi? The piranha plants are polka dotted. Yeah, just like Bowser's underwear. You get close but no cigars, Soshi. Yeah. Yeah, also polka dot, I like Wendy's bow. Ain't that right, Wendy? If you're watching this. You again? Don't you ever give up. Oh, not yet. Well, now you have. Another door I missed. Well, now Lucky 2 better give up. I'm sick of seeing his face. Don't worry, Bowser. Your brother Bruce will be in the next level if I can even get to him. I should be furious, but honestly, I kind of having fun. Which is sad because I'm having fun torturing myself. I could have played Tetris Attack, but no, I chose this garbage. Here we go. Huh. My controller fell down. Anyways, that's the real Bowser over there. Great, this level. I wonder if Bruce actually is in this level. I think you might be onto something, Mario. What? Who said that? Oh, you'll see later. You sound like a pussycat. Hey, who told you that? Okay. Ah. Wait, no, it was a grasshopper. Again, who told you that? Yeah. I saw what Morton said. Come on, come on. I'm dead. Ah, this is the correct pipe. Okay, my TV needs some degaussing after this. And a lot of it. Or just a long time turned off. I was finally starting to be happy that I was happy without you, Bloopers. My favorite part about Lost Levels design is that I know where some of the hidden prize blocks are. Only I shouldn't be moving. I think paratroop. Wait, no, it was another Bloober. I thought it was a paratrooper. Nope, the paratrooper's just kind of in the other room. Okay. Yeah, can you see the right side of the lava going yellow? That's a problem with my TV. It needs to be like degaussed every 2 seconds or something. I don't know what the hell happened with that. Ah. You're lucky your brother isn't here, Wendy. Oh yeah. I still remember during our conversations about that movie, we kept calling Screw Eyes just Herbert because he looked like Herbert from Family Guy. You like popsicles? Well, then you better sign your contract with your blood to my circus. Professor Screwwise. Professor Screwwise? That's the bad guy. I sound like Uncle Joe or whatever his name was. Oh yeah, he also made a video involving Redacted. Now I can coop the Koopa while I'm super. I feel like Mario said something like that in an episode of the Super Show. Because for some reason, Fire Mario was called Super Mario. Uh-oh, I'm going down the drain. Yeah, and in Pasta La Vista, that's what that's what the underground theme is called. It's literally called Down the Drain. Yeah. Yeah, I remember calling Screw Eyes a pedophile. Because he already looks like one. Oh, I missed. I thought you'd be happy about that, Mario, because considering you already hate Stanley. What are you bringing Stanley up to me for? Oh, I'm talking about the Mario in the chat. Oh, hello, Mario in the chat. Woohoo! Yeah, Mario hates Stanley as much as Wendy does. Anywho, we're going down the drain again. This is Bowser's sewer water, which means in the background are all the rocks that Bowser ate and are now waste. Hazy Maze Cave theories be like. Come on. There we go. Again, the Bloober, the Paratroopa. I'm not very good at video games. Can you tell? But then again, this game isn't very good to begin with. I might need to resort to the power again. So it's just the round in the bottom. Just avoid the paratrooper altogether. Also, fun fact about Lost Levels: I have no idea where the normal game warp zones are. I only know where the world's A through D ones are. Local reptile gets arrested for holding a Super NES controller. Yeah, I am playing that game, Rose. Yeah, after Bowser made fun of me for losing my save data twice in this game, yeah, I punched him into the moon. What is it with orange characters and punching Bowser for no reason? Okay, actually, I had a reason. Oh Brother is one of the best episodes of Mario 3. So it's kind of a shame that countless Mr. Enter clones on DeviantArt use it as their scapegoat as to why the show is bad or something. Well, I want to listen to music. This record's hot. In fact, one time I had to go to like some get together, and there was a kid watching YouTube, and yeah, I showed them the Mario 3 cartoon, and the episode we watched was Oh Brother. Oh, this part. Hello, Maximum Hugh. That was actually kind of fun. Oh, I think I know who's up next. Oh, there you are. I never thought I'd see you. Oh, sorry, Bruce. Why would you do this to me? You look just like a Bowser. What happened to your blue scales anyways? You know, I don't actually know. I knew my stupid brother never stood a chance. Neither do you, Bowser. Wow! So, that was Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels. Okay. Now, you go ahead and... Okay, now, first things first, I need to showcase a glitch. We need to wait for the key change, mofo. Here we go. There. That was the audio glitch. Okay, now we finish off the stream with World 9. Pretty much the thank you for completing the game without any warps thing. I mean the prize for winning, pretty much the consolation prize for beating the game without using warps. In fact, Nintendo Power says that if you make it to World 9, you're an official Mario Maniac. Well, Nintendo Power, you have video proof now. And yeah, I'm not going to do Worlds A through D, because the stream is already long enough already. Oh, they say Certified Mario Maniac, no warping, the World 9 challenge for lost levels. I'll show you my badge of honor after I complete World 9. First, I need to avoid Lucky 2. Such a wonderful game design, am I right, folks? Bruce is back. And this time, I'm gonna spare Bruce. He's such a nice brother to Bowser. First, I need to see what this bonus stage is about. Gotta pad the stream out somehow. I just gotta jump up here. And there he is. You know, maybe he's right. I should have my blue scales now. Yeah, maybe you need a dye job, Bruce. No, you know, that's actually a good idea, Mario. And that's the last we see of Bruce. And this will be the last you see of Lost Levels on this channel. With Japanese text saying, thank you. You are a super player. And thus, you finish Lost Levels. I don't know, I prefer Bruce sounding like Molt from Bug's Life. So, with all that, with all things considered, I beat World 9, and according to Nintendo Power, I am a Mario Maniac. I did it with no warping and made it to World 9. So, thank you guys so much for watching this, and I will never play this game ever again.